Hi, this video covers installing Node Tools for Visual Studio. It applies to 1.0 beta and later. In order to write Node apps inside VS, you need three things: Node itself, some version of Visual Studio, free or paid, NTVS, which is free, and optionally TypeScript, which we highly recommend. TypeScript support is available in NTVS starting with the 1.0 beta version. Okay, let's start by installing Node. I'm at nodejs.org. We'll see the default install, or you can go to the Downloads tab. Here you see installers for Windows, Mac, and here are the sources. So let's click on Windows Install. Go ahead and save it. Okay, now we're going to run it. I'll select the default location. Great, let's test it. Okay, we see that it's there. Okay, let's install Visual Studio now. I'll click here. This is the home page for VS. I'll go to the Downloads tab. And here we see we have a whole bunch of options to choose from. To give you an overview, VS comes in essentially two forms: the professional versions, which cost money, or the express versions, which are pretty capable as well, and they are free. If you want the pro versions, if you happen to be a student or work at a startup, you can get not just VS, but a whole stack of Microsoft software for free. So check them out as these URLs. For this exercise, we're going to actually install Visual Studio Express for web, and NTVS starting in 1.0 beta is installable in the Express edition. This was not available in the alpha versions. So here we have the various professional editions, which you may already have installed, possibly. And here are the Express editions. NTVS installs in Express 2013 for web. So we're going to select that. Click Install Now. Choose Express 2013 for web. Save it and go ahead and install it, and we'll come back soon. Okay, now let's go ahead and update our 2013 bits with the latest fixes and enhancements. Click on 2013 updates. That'll bring you here to this section. We see that we have VS 2013 Update 1 available and posted. What you want is actually Update 2. So by the time this video hits, you should have Update 2 RC available. So let's go ahead and search for it. This download link from Microsoft Downloads page shows us that 2013 Update 2 CTP2 is available. What we want is at least RC, which will be available by the time you see this. RC has some fixes that we actually need for remote debugging. With VS installed, let's go ahead and install NTVS now. Click here. Takes us to the home page. Click the download button, or if you want, go to the Downloads tab, and you usually have a few choices. Make sure it's the 1.0 beta. This should be available by the time this recording hits YouTube. Okay, let's go ahead and install TypeScript. Go to typescriptlang.org. This is their main home page. Click on Get TypeScript Now. You can install the compiler via npm itself, and you can install the install the plugin, which will install it for both 2012 and 2013. So click Download, save it, and run it. Start Visual Studio now. Type File, New Project, or Control-Shift-N. And here we see that we have a number of templates under JavaScript, Node.js. For example, from existing Node code that you might have lying around, create a basic console app all the way to Azure Express applications. If you installed TypeScript, you should also have under Node.js the same templates except in TypeScript form. So let's go ahead and create a Node app. I'll go ahead and select a basic Express app. Click OK. We get this pop-up that says, hey, I need to download some dependencies based on what you've specified in package.json. We'll say OK. Switch to NPM output window. Everything's downloaded, looks good. Now let's make sure things are looking okay with IntelliSense. I say app dot and I get my completions. That's great. Let's go ahead and set up a breakpoint here. I'll hit F5. Here's our stack. Debugger's looking good. I'll hit F5 to continue. Make sure the browser pops up. And here we are with our Express app. Great. One thing that's very critical and you should keep in mind when doing work with Node in Visual Studio and on Windows is when you create a project, try and keep the initial part of your directory structure as short as possible. This is because there is a max path issue that you might run into if your directory structure goes beyond 256 characters. So try and keep the initial part as short as possible. You can watch other videos that cover editing, IntelliSense, debugging, publishing to clouds in far more detail. Just look on the website, and if you have any other questions or installation issues, please post it on the forum and we'll try and answer it as soon as we can. Thank you so much.